Welcome, Aries. This is your weekly focus for the week of August the 19th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. Let's turn to the cards and find out what they reveal for your week ahead, Aries. Okay, underlying energy. What do we have? We have the Three of Wands. So we are thinking about new paths to walk, different things that we need to change. So this is a sense of reflection in your life this week. This is a sense of your looking at options, what's available to you. And we're not really making the decisions here. We will be moving over to the second wand and then the third, maybe throughout the week, maybe as the weeks continue. But we are, well, we'll get more cards out, obviously. We're not going to do our entire reading based on the one card. But this really is a sense, Aries, that you are looking towards moving into new possibilities, new arenas of life, changing habits, changing behaviors, changing up your routine in some way. Maybe something within the family dynamics. Maybe how to bring in more joy and happiness into your life, or to have it more consistent in your life. Learning possibilities. I mean, we could go on and on here, couldn't we? Okay, first card is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles says that we need to release. We need to let go. There's something we're holding on to. It's not healthy. It's not wise. And you know it. Whatever this is, because it's the first card, you're looking at it right now. You're saying that's a problem in my life. That needs to change. Whatever that something is. And that actually opens you up to the true opportunities that lay in wait for you. Behind you, you can't see it, of course, because you're straddling those other pentacles so well. But behind you is the door of prosperity. And it's being guarded by two angels to make sure that only you and you alone have access to it. So whatever you're thinking of, I would have to say, yes, you're right. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop trying to, you know, give up just parts of it, or kind of do it. Well, I'll only do it you know, at night, or I'll only do it in the daytime, or I'll only do it while I'm driving, or something like that. Just no, okay? Just no. Or well, maybe I'll stop in every other week and just say, hey, no. Okay, if you know that environment is unhealthy for you, then we want to change where we go, what we do, the people that would surround us. But more importantly, I think it's habits, or it's a behavior. We have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords says you have lots of knowledge. It is time to go forward. And where you are going will be uncharted territories, new beginnings, new learning experiences, new adventures. And we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is all about contemplating your tomorrow, of what you can create, of what you can invent, of what you can give birth to. So a Pentacles, a Swords, and a Wands. Well, we're pretty well, and we got Wands for overlooking. So there is action here. There's absolutely action here. I think you're contemplating things. You know, we're all in a contemplative state here, looking towards our tomorrow rather than so. But there's action. It's about, I think what incites us the most is thinking about the new opportunities that lay in wait for us. You know, if I take that course, I would be able to do this going forward, kind of thing. So what can you do today in order to enhance the prospect of stepping into that new opportunity? What is holding you back the most? And I think you know exactly what that is. Overriding this energy, pardon me, I don't know where that came from. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is here. Well, the Page of Swords just wants something to happen, just anything to happen. And sometimes we don't think things through far enough, and we end up making a big mess, bigger mess than when we had when we started thinking we got to shake things up. We got to shake the apple tree a little bit. We've got to move forward. But she's directly looking at the Four of Pentacles here, which makes me wonder if this is something that you're thinking, I'm just going to quit cold turkey on something, which is probably going to send you into weeks, if not months of, and you can do it. Okay. I've quit things cold turkey. I know it's not easy, but sometimes just ripping that bandage off is what's needed here in order to heal. So I'm thinking it's more towards a sign that we may want to consider just no, it's zero tolerance going forward. And I think that helps you then to move forward, or to actually see that you can have great growth, that there is great possibility awaiting you going forward. And so now that you kind of get that sense of an awareness that, yeah, things are looking like I can step into them. We have the Page of Wands here saying, okay, well, what is it I really want to create? What is it that I really want to bring to life? What is my next project? And your next project might actually be, because we're in Mercury retrograde, an old project that you've done, and somehow you just give it a tweak and a twist, and you got the whole package there. Let's say you wrote a book and you got the whole package, but your title sucked. So now you have AI, right? And you ask AI, well, here's my book. Here's the first chapter of my book. What do you think about it, and what would you call it? Here's the storyline, here's the plot, here's the outline, what would you name it? And all of a sudden, boom, boom, fireworks go off. It has its rebirth. So it could be something that you've done in the past. If you at work you created a program, go back to that program and refine it a little bit so it works better in today's conditions, or it's got more style, it's got more ease, whatever it is. It's things like that. I think that will kind of spur you into the unknown, okay, as your brain starts to percolate, cradling all this energy. Look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. So the energy is changing. It is time to write new chapters in your life. It is time to consider the new possibilities, the new starts. Now, the wheel is also a turning time. Like the wheel is always turning. Okay. We go from season to season. We change seasons. And so we just have on the 19th, actually today, though, if you're watching this as of the very first day. Okay, so August the 19th, let's just clarify that. There is a full moon in Aquarius. And so you may be going more into releasing and letting go rather than actually working forward. But at the same time, with the wheel and the Six of Swords right on top of it, I would have to think that any kind of rest or restoration or recuperation or completions or endings only opens up the opportunities more and more and more to the new beginnings, the new starts, and really allowing yourself to say, and all I got to do is let go of that. All I really need to do is just step into the unknown and say, I don't need that as a crutch anymore. I don't need, or a behavior. Okay, if you're afraid of crowds and you want to be a public speaker, then you need to just start standing up and talking and start doing it in the mirror. Start doing it, tape yourself and then watch yourself, see how you look. Okay. Ask a trusted friend, what am I doing here? How could I be better? And just slowly work to two or three people at the dinner table in a very casual setting, to two or three people in the living room in a casual setting, to 5 or 10 people around a bonfire, to 20, 30 people at the little hall in the community, to 10,000 people showing up at the arena, step by step. Okay. And so all of those would be new beginnings, especially if you've never spoken really and allowed your voice to project in the way you want, sending a message that you want, teaching people in the way you want, could be stuff like that. And so this is this is okay, let's just go on here. Okay, we start the week. Oh, we're full of love at the start of the week. We're full of creativity, we're full of self-expression. We want to create joy, happiness, love, tenderness. This could be somebody new coming into your life. This could be a new lover, a new best friend coming into your life at the beginning of the week. Yeah, you are the creative breakthroughs. What was I talking about with a creative breakthrough or something? The wheel turning, looking at, revisiting past projects and things that you've done and revamping them in some way. Okay, this is where you can kind of say, I always loved this, and maybe I could make this just a little bit better. And watch what you do when you raise its potential with your new potential that you've unearthed, unleashed since you have done that project, how you've grown and put that growth into that old project. As we leave the week, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So, where's your focus? Okay. We can't plant seeds and then expect the seeds to grow into the great, beautiful, bountiful harvest they're going to be if we take our eye off the prize. So it's about a consistency here of where your focus needs to be. Maybe in order to release some kind of pattern, maybe to start looking at that old project, revisiting that project, maybe thinking about the future and what you're going to do, maybe understanding how we want to go forward, what direction we want to go forward. But put your focus on your future, put your focus on stepping into greatness, is what I heard. So, work and career, look at that, the Ten of Cups. Happy, harmony. When it comes to work, when it comes to career, network yourself, show yourself or show others who you are, what you're made of. That daring, bold self, that imaginative self, that thoughtful and creative self. Whatever you are working towards here, wherever you are going with the Six of Swords, it will lead to a happily ever after. It will lead to a happily ever after with consistency, with focus, long term. Okay, that's more of a long term card for me. If it's in the here and now, then you're really bringing fun into work, fun into the workplace, fun into your career, enjoying what you do. So, do you enjoy what you do? Because I think that's paramount here. And if you're not, then you need to make room for happiness and joy to be part of that, even if it's doing something other than what you do when it comes to work, when it comes to career. You go to work and you do your 9 to 5, but from 7 to 9 every night, you have pure bliss, pure joy, working on something that does create some kind of prosperity for you. Maybe it's a hobby that you monetize, but it moves you towards that happily ever after, and it starts by raising your vibration, by putting joy and happiness into the things you do that make you great. Okay, even learning experiences, workshops, things like that. Get around people, and embrace kind of a learning experience. Be a little bit more spontaneous in just creating happiness, creating joy, looking for a way of celebration. And of course, here we're full of prosperity, we're full of abundance, we're full of love, we're full of joy, we're full of well being, happiness, great health, maybe even spirituality is at a peak. So, what do you want that happily ever after to look like is another question that's being placed on the board for you here. When it comes to relationships, oh, the fool. Well, if you're expecting a new relationship, you got the Knight of Cups, who is my knight in shining armor, matched up with the Fool. Be a little spontaneous, do something a little out of the ordinary, and you just may find somebody. Maybe it's joining a support group, maybe it's a habit or behavior that you want to change, and there is a support group there for you. And so you join it, and you meet somebody that you just, your minds melt together, your hearts melt together. It's like you've known each other forever kind of energy can kind of come in there. So This is the Fool. This is new path, new opportunities. When it comes to love, when it comes to behaviors, we want to create beauty in our relationships. We want to create beauty in our behaviors and habits and what we do. This would be a time where you need to look at how to beautify you. Maybe it's a new workout program, losing some weight, changing the color of your hair. It could be by the inner you and letting out your beauty from your heart and volunteering in some way, helping others in some way, mentoring in some way, and being some kind of support line. So we're back to, joining some kind of support group would probably be advantageous right now for you. Okay, one more card. And we've got the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, you know what? This is week 3 we have it now. Allow your emotions to come out. Express your feelings. And since it ends up this card is midweek, I'd say, midweek, you know, have a heart to heart and just talk about your emotions, your joy, your happiness, your sorrow. Maybe it's a conversation just seemingly with yourself. That's okay. But a trusted friend, a mentor, a therapist, self help group, it really releases a lot of uh, darkness you didn't even realize was still clinging with inwards. And there's a sense of healing, and it just might this card might just be allowing yourself to finally heal, to release it, to say it out loud so it becomes real. Once it becomes real, you look it in the eye and you dissipate it to the universe. Absolutely. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.